Hey, corn folk, welcome back. To those of you that have been here before, anyways, if we're just getting here, come on in, grab a chair, get comfy. We're gonna look at some half dollars, looking for all kinds of good stuff. Silver, of course, but errors, varieties, magic coins, foreign. Who knows? We're looking for it all. No enders popping up there. That's what we really want. We want to. Whoa, knocking you all over the place. My bad. Really want to see our first ender for the year, but we shall continue to be patient because we have literally no control over it. So, woo, that is a lot of new coin. Yikes! This box might be a little tough. See if we can see. Looks like a 24 at least. So maybe, I think it's 24. Looks like it. Well, maybe we'll find something else good. I don't know. Now that I'm looking back at the box one, I guess there's a couple newer ends, but nothing like this. So let's jump in and find out. See what we get. Let's go. Oh, I forgot to mention. It's very similar to the last couple weeks. We got these two boxes now, and I should be hopefully picking up a couple more later in the week. But for now, we got these. So let's get into them. Well, this is the first roll out of that box with all the new enders in it. And it looks like it's going to be mostly new. So this should be a fairly quick hunt through this box. But we're going to hunt it anyways. Got to see if we can find something good. And I'll be back. Well, through the first 5 rolls, we had less than a single roll of heavily circulated coinage. And then all of these guys. There's a mix of 23 and 24, both Philly and Denver. It was kind of a crazy mix. I think we had 11 23 Phillies, a full roll of 23 Denvers, 29 24 Phillies, and 22 24 Denvers. So at least there's a couple varieties we can look for on the Phillies at least. So I'm not saying I'm gonna thoroughly enjoy it, but at least there's something to look for. So how about that? So let's see if we can find some. If I do, I'll bring you back in for sure. Let's go. Well, we've been through the first 10 rolls, and it pretty much stayed the same. There was a mix of 80 to 90% of it is 23 and 24, both Philly and Denver. But the good part is, like we said, there was some varieties we could look for. This is a pile 23. This is a pile 24. We got one of each under the scope here we can take a look at. We got, I think, a total of 12 of the VDDO number 1 on the 23 Philly here. You can see the doubling there and the I and the N real good. Like a little spread on the G as well. And up on the L. Right there, a little bit on the I, and little on the B. And then as well as the mint mark, if we could scoot down that way. And then the other one is VDDR number 1 on the 2024 Philly. You see you got a spread here on the inside of the eagle's wing, and then in the snake's mouth, or the snake in the eagle's mouth as well. So, and we had a total of 14 of those. And that's just out of the first 10 rolls. So more than likely we'll be stockpiling a bunch of these through this box. So a lot of varieties. No errors, no silver, no NIFCs, but varieties for days. So let's keep going. Well, through the first half of the box, we had one lonely NIFC here, 2011 out of Denver. And we keep stacking them up back here. We got 23 DDOs on the left and 24 DDRs on the right. I'll give you a full recap once we get to the end of the box, but stacking up quite a few of them. So let's go. Well, we wrapped up box one and backfilled with our $50 overstock. But we had the one NIFC and that was it. And then all of these fellas. We had a total of 47 2023 DDOs and a total of 59 2024 DDRs. So even though it's not silver, we consider selling this stuff like that's a pretty darn good box. So I know I've seen these sell for in a ballpark of 20 to 25, I think. I haven't had any luck selling them yet, but and then I only see one listing for the DDR. He's got it listed pretty high right now, or she. Sold quite a few of them though, like $40 a pop. I'm not even gonna ask that much because I would like to sell most or all of them, or not all of them. I guess keep a couple, but so that's a pretty good little box for what looked like it was gonna be quite a bummer off the jump. So we're gonna move on to box two and see what it might hold. So box two is feeling like a partial rerun of box one. One NIFC so far, 2011 Denver, just like box one. And one under the scope here. She's pretty beat up, but it is another 23 DDO, number one. It's got a good bit of damage to the front. And actually, of all those ones I pulled out of box one, there was, I think, 7 in total between the two varieties that I ended up pulling out, that, you know, stuff kind of beat up like this that I wouldn't want to sell. So, but for the most part, it was still good. So we're going to jump back in and see what else is in this box. Let's go. Roll 12 here gives us a little bit of a toner. Got a 73D here with some nice blue around the rim. It's even a little bit better on the back. I found several 1988s out of the last few boxes I've had with very similar kind of toning. So just figured I'd bring you in and show you, but jump back in. Well, that's a wrap on the first half of the box two here. We had another 2011 Denver NIFC, 2013 Denver NIFC, and 4 more 23 DDO number ones. So we're starting to stack them up again, but not nearly like last box, but at least a few in there. And there has been some 24 coins in this box, but I haven't found any of the 24 DDRs yet. So, but we're gonna jump back in, keep on going. On roll 28 here, and I ain't gonna lie to you, I peeked. I already know, but this guy right here, I just had to look. I figured it was dirty, just as slow as these boxes have been. I didn't think we was going to be getting anything out of here, but we got ourselves a dirty, dirty boy. 1966. Oh. Little 40% piece of silver. We will gladly take it, especially after a skunk week. That feels kind of good. So let's jump back in. Keep on going. Well, we finished up box two. Along the way, we found one of the ugliest NIFCs I've found to date. Is 2010 Philly. 2019 Denver. We found one more 23 DDO and one more 24 DDO, or DDR, I guess. So, adding to those stacks, we did get a little piece of silver, so I can't be too mad. So, moving on to box three, see what it holds. It's from a different bank, so probably not the same mix of 23s and 24s, even though this box here had much, much less than the first one. But we're going to jump over and see what they hold. Here we go, box three. I'm done asking for it, but you know what I'm looking for. So let's see if she's in there. at the very least, it looks like we're back on a very heavily circulated box, so that's good. So let's jump in, see what we find. We're on roll 15 of box 3 here. We got a Denver Bicentennial with a couple counter stamps on it. We got a 4 on this side and a G over here. I thought at first it was a C4. I'd say that would be an explosive counter stamp, but don't know what G4 is for. But it's there, so we'll take it. Let's go. Well, we made it all the way to roll 41 already, and we got another one of these counter stamp coins with the G4 on it. So that makes 2 of these guys. We got this one is 79, and then we got that first one we found. It was a Bicentennial. So outside of that, we have from this box just a few NIFCs we pulled out along the way. Nothing super special, so we're gonna jump back in, finish it up, see how it goes. Well, box 3 is a wrap here. Pretty slow box, but we're gonna move on to box 4 as we come over here and watch Dirty Water get into this massive amount of Eisenhower dollars he got. So go check him out. Should be fun. I haven't started it quite yet, but let's get it. All right, here she is, box 4. Our last go around for the week. Let's see what we can find. Nothing else. At least we did get a little bit of silver this week. And a boatload of varieties. Looking very similar to the last box. Circulated. So let's jump in, see what we get. Well, we're through the first half of the box here. Pretty darn slow so far. Got one NIFC 2009 out of or 2004 out of Denver, and we got this guy here, kind of toned up, pretty cool looking. But that's about the extent of it in this box so far. So I was hoping for a little better, but let's keep going. Maybe we'll turn the corner. Well, that's a wrap on box 4. Pretty much all we pulled out. Box 4, we had one NIFC that was in okay shape, and then all of these NIFCs that have various issues, from fairly well circulated to scraped up to Ring of Death, the Ring of Death and a marker, another Ring of Death and a marker. Pretty rough, but so at least we got one okay, I guess. That's kind of worthy of keeping. But I can't complain too much for the hunt. I mean, we did just have the one little piece silver, which is, it's not a skunk, so we'll take it, I guess. While we have it, throw it in the cup. And we did have quite a few double dies, so can't complain about that. And don't know where we'll go from here, but it'll be something. And I'll see you there. All right, folks. Thanks for checking out. Good luck on your hunts. And I'll see you on the next one.